And now, Splunk's Cybersecurity 60-Second Charity Challenge. Remember the rules. You've got to get through an entire subject in 60 seconds, or you donate to today's charity of choice. Good luck!
All right. So the challenge today is about the Defense Policy Bill, and I believe this is part of the National Defense Authorization Act, which the House is expected to take up this week. This is an $886 billion bill by the Armed Services Committee that was passed by the Armed Services Committee. And we talked a little bit about this last week, about how the DoD is, this would propose the DoD studies creating a 7th cyber-specific military branch. That's one part of that bill. I don't know, Mick, is there anything else worth pointing out in that bill that you've read?
To be honest, we can spend the next hour or so talking about the last minute amendments. Or like, hey, we should do this too. Oh, this would be a great idea. It's kind of cyber related. Like, there are so many last minute things that folks are trying to add in. I just want to see it pass and come out hopefully in a couple days. So I thought it would be a good idea if we just, I've got an idea too.
Yeah, so I guess that's the challenge. Ryan, were you prepared for this at all, or are you completely?
I was. For those who don't know, I'm currently in San Francisco. I'll be preparing for my keynote later today, and I was in the plane, and a 45-minute late plane, so I missed the normal prep for this. So this is all new, but boy, howdy, do I have some ideas?
Oh, you do? Okay, good. So you're not
exactly. If you can add an amendment to the current National Defense Authorization Act, what would it be? Right? Like, I can't believe Audra said this is a good idea. What's our charity today?
Oh, right. So our charity today is the Malala Fund, because tomorrow is Malala Day. So this is a fund that works to make sure that girls all over the world are able to go to school and learn, helping more than 130 million girls who are currently out of school today. So that is what that charity is aimed at helping with. So that is the charity. And Mick, did you want to go first so Ryan can try to come up with his idea in the meantime?
No, I'm going to go first.
You are? Okay.
That it's, copying, because that's how bold I am and decisive.
All right. Well, then let's go. Ryan, you go for it.
So one of the things I'm really passionate about that I don't believe that we've ever successfully done in the United States around cybersecurity and the U.S. government is actually defend the United States from cybersecurity attacks. And of course, what I'm referring to is not our ability to defend defense industrial base or ability to defend the United States federal services or state and local government, but the actual companies and citizens within the United States. I don't believe that we have a clear enough mandate from the Department of Defense to do that. I don't think they've gone far enough with this. I don't think we provide enough guidance or regulatory or compliance for things like IoT, for citizens' data, and actually just defending organizations against cyber attacks outside of the US borders. Why are we not going after Russia with all the things that we can regarding this? It is a different domain, but it's something I would like to see put into and enshrined in law so that we actually feel like people are defended. Because right now, if I was a company, if I was a CISO, I would feel like we're being left out to dry. If you have an oil tanker in the Persian Gulf, then the US Navy is going to come. But if you're doing retail online, you're screwed.
Oh my gosh, Ryan, that might be one of your best responses despite not having any time to prepare.
There we go. You just need to
spot on
right here.
All right, Mick, no pressure.
Sure. So if I was adding a last minute amendment, I guess I would give the DoD the authorization to pretty much take over a company. If you fail at your cybersecurity, when you look at something like the Air Transportation Safety and System Stabilization Act back in 2001 after the plane crash, so basically the government took over, hey, we need to keep this running. If you look at 2008, when the Emergency Economic Stabilization Act 2008 created TARP, the Troubled Asset Relief Program. So what I would do here is create a Distressed Enterprise Relief Program, DERP. And so what would happen is if your company was breached, DERP would come in and assume control of that company until its security met the DoD standards. Because as much as we knock DoD, there is a reason they do what they do, and they have standards that are in place. So if you don't pass your audit, you'll become a DERP. DoD will take over until your network is back online and secure.
Oh my gosh. Did you just come up with that today, or has this been brewing for a while?
He's always been a DERP.
Like 10 minutes ago.
All right. Well, I really hope people watching have an opinion because that's really tough to decide who won that. Who had the better argument? Is it that we need to better secure IoT, protect data, defend US companies, or do we need to take over US companies? Like
Either way, Mick and I
Yes.
are proposing a socialist Stalinist state, and it'll be a very aggressive cyber socialist utopia.
Yeah, DERP is a little bit it's pretty aggressive, Mick. I mean, the feasibility of that. How would companies respond? Or would they be thankful for the help?
They will be very thankful.
So basically, you have two veterans
Drew,
who are advocating.
Saying the choice comes down to increase the authority of the DoD or increase the authority of the DoD. You know that Mick both worked in the DoD.
Yeah, we both came from DoD, so which essentially is this socialist utopia. Now, granted, some utopias are more equal than others.
Listen, comrade, you have your bread and your aspirin. Calm down.
I had my free medicine, all right? I got to see the world.
You ever retire at 38 if you'd stayed in? Would have been fine.
Right?
Okay, well, I know Daniel's watching because he says he likes DERP. So, Daniel, do you have an opinion on whether or not Mick or Ryan should win? Because I feel like they both did a really good job, but I don't know. I think
if
DERP...
I lose, that will mean the best effort I've ever had is not even as good as Mick's. Not best effort.
I mean, DERP is pretty amazing.
Distressed enterprise. That's right.
I mean, it's really memorable. Cyber socialist utopia. James, do you have an opinion between Mick and Ryan?
CISA.
Who should win, or should they both lose?
CISA. There we go. It's our new version of CISA. Yeah, you mean CISA? No, we mean CISA.
It's a CISA with a U at the end.
It's a big H.
Daniel can't choose either. Should we say both of you win or both of you lose?
Drew has offered to pay. He said they both win, which he never votes for me. So this is stunning.
Oh, all right.
God, thank you, Drew. So the true winner here is CSUH.
Wait, what?
Fair. All right, it has to be a tie.
Cyber Socialist Utopia.
Oh, so many acronyms, but yeah.
Acronyms.
Chris says both of you lose. So,
I think DERP was the winner.
Don't care about Chris. Hard but fair.
All right.